Okay, I think we're maybe in business. So, anyways, happy Tuesday, guys. Zooming, it is end of month. We've had some really exciting stuff come out for Cyber Monday until tomorrow. So, I have had some super luck messaging people in my back office who I have not talked to in a while with the incentive of the 10% off. And it has been so good for, yes, yep, we're going to do new products too, for business to kind of, get those people back with an incentive where you're not giving your $10. Like, so nice that Plexus did their 10% off. So that has been working really well. And then we're going to talk new products. So I just got them both in the mail. If you have gotten them too, drop it in the chat. If you have gotten your new products, I will say this is my absolute favorite flavor of lean. If you have ever had the caramel crunch frappe from Starbucks, oh my gosh, so good. Like, tastes just like a Starbucks drink. I have actually, for the reset, I've been mixing this with my black coffee in the morning, and it's really, really good. So definitely recommend this. Definitely a good thing to reach out to people if they like their protein. Maybe they haven't purchased in a while. Brand new flavor, and it's my favorite yet. By far, I'm like a caramel lover anyways. I put caramel in my coffee, like syrups, or that's like my go-to flavor. So I love this. I think this tastes amazing. And then literally did the glow last night, and I feel like my face today was glowing. I loved it. Love the powder. And then I'm going to tell a funny story. So the elixir, I've seen, other companies do the whole elixir thing, and I was really interested. So I'm really glad Plexus did it. But I'll tell you, my dad is a supplement freak. Way before Plexus, way before supplements were a thing, my dad has been making his own elixir with cherry juice, pomegranate, beet juice, and he gets it all from Whole Foods, like little clear things, and he mixes it all up together in the morning. He is a health freak, and I mean, he's like the picture of fitness, loves fitness, played college football, and has done so much of his own research. And when I pulled out the elixir, and it was all the things that my dad has been taking for years that health freak people know are really good things for you, that is what changed the game for me, because I thought this was kind of going to be like a collagen shot, or like, I don't really know. I think it was really kind of hard to tell what it was really going to be. But I was looking at the back of what was in it, and I think this is something really good that you can share to kind of explain what this is. Pomegranate, apple, cranberry, raspberry, black currants, so amazing for you. Gooseberries, acai, just really, really good ingredients that are so good at the molecular level to help with inflammation. Another funny story, black currants. I worked on a research farm when I was in college. That was like my major, was farm science, environmental sciences. And we actually grew black currants. And there was so much research even going on then for superfruit and how good they are for you, the antioxidants in them. So I am so impressed by Glow. I think this is going to be a really good thing. So I would definitely, awesome, patented, exactly. Plexus knows what they're doing. They know they have something good on their hands with going all natural fruit juice extracts with all of those really good antioxidants. So anyways, wanted to talk about Glow in that story because my dad was impressed, which says a lot because he's like, usually it's, yes, and it is absolutely delicious. I took mine before bed last night and slept amazing. So I don't know if that had to do with it too, waking up and not knowing where I was. But it was so good. So Elixir is good. Did the whole mask, everything. Definitely recommend. Was really, really awesome. So that is 10 minutes of new products, and you get 10% off of both of them. So cannot stress that enough to send that out to people in your back office who have not purchased. So I'm going to move on second. I'm not going to take the whole 10 minutes because I want Marissa to share her amazing testimony and the way that she is cultivating her team. So I'm just going to put a few little nuggets out there for end of month, just to hopefully fire you guys up. I will tell you, I have been humbled by this reset. I tell myself all the time, you can do hard things. Okay, until you actually start doing the hard things, can you really do the hard things? Do you want to quit? Do you want to say, no, I want to eat the chicken nuggets with my kids tonight? And I started thinking of that in our businesses. Do the hard things. Even when you're telling yourself you can do them, it is the action of doing them that is going to transform your business. So I was thinking like, man, I have been humbled because I thought I could do these hard things. I'm like, man, I'm so tough. Day 2 of reset, I am tired. I'm struggling. And I'm like, man, I am trying to promote this to people that I love, people that trust me for recommendations, people that look to me and what I share on social media to be encouraged, to be inspired. And I'm struggling, and I'm supposed to be the one who's like, reset. So I think that was like an aha moment for me today, end of month, just to dig in and do the hard things, even when you're like, I can do them. No, like really do them, really embrace that it is hard and be real about that too. I feel good, but we have a reset chat and there are people in there who are struggling too. So just like, make sure you reach out to those people on your team who are also doing the reset, and really just check on them, because man, it's a struggle, but it is so worth it. And then the other thing I wanted to talk about really quickly, because it is end of month and it's so easy to just blitz social media with sales, with, new products, with all the things, which is good, but we also want to balance our social media, Plexus, and real life. So, and if you can mix the two, that's even better. And then when you are posting those things, you want to make sure that you prime the algorithm before you post. So I've seen people say, comment after comment after you post. No, you need to comment, like, and interact with people's posts before you post. Yes, Emily, literally, you can get out there, do the hard things, and be real about it, dig in, and just be consistent and show people you are a real human, you struggle, and you also do Plexus. Like, you also have kids, you also are doing all the things, and you also are doing Plexus. And I'm preaching to the choir. I'm terrible at this. This is something I need to realize too. But what I was saying before, humbling experiences, like when I look at that and I'm like, man, I'm struggling, I need to share that. I need to post that. Like, that is what people are going to relate to. And everybody has their story. So, and like, just being that little bit of vulnerability will go a long way. It feels really scary. Again, do the hard things, be vulnerable. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Miss Marissa, a Sapphire ambassador with Plexus. We have such similar stories. She has inspired me from the very beginning with being a mom and her amazing weight loss transformation. So I'm going to turn it over to her, and I can't wait to hear really how, and I might have a question or two, how you cultivate your team, because I feel like the belief on your team is amazing. So that's what I want to hear too.
Yeah, for sure. Hey. So are these people using the products, or are these potentials? This is a team call ish, a little bit. Okay, cool. So, okay. First thing, you were talking about the glow. I'm glad that I'm on here because I just learned a lot of information in like 10 minutes. I'm not like a product guru. I don't research things. I buy it. Like, if you tell me that it works, I'm going to buy it from you. So I just tried the elixir. I didn't even know how you said that until you just said it. And I tried it, and y'all, like, I didn't know what to expect. And when I squeezed it, I like jumped, and I was like, this kind of tastes like wine. Like, it tastes like a wine juice. I don't know. I'm obsessed. Like, I love it so much. I feel like this is the next best thing. Like, Plexus is definitely, church communion. Like, the next best thing as far as like, a really good holistic skincare that people are wanting to get their hands on. And so we work for the best company. They are always coming out with the next best thing. And it's awesome. So those of you that don't know me, Caitlin and I have connected through Instagram, and we just kind of kept up with each other and connected. And I love that about this company, because you don't just have a bunch of really selfish leaders that only want to invest in their people. Like, you have a bunch of people that want to invest in a lot of different things in a lot of different areas. Emily's trained at convention and all of these. She doesn't get paid for that. Like, I love that this company has a lot of people that selflessly just want to make people better. And that's where we're different, that we really want to make people better. We want to invest in people. We want to love on people. We're all growing. We all are losing our minds right here before holidays, right? Like, it's such a humbling thing to be part of, is everybody's just out to help each other. So definitely follow each other on social media. Follow me. My Instagram is Marissa L. Adams. I am from Arkansas. And let me know where you're from in a chat, so I can kind of see and get to know where everybody's from. But I started Plexus 7 years ago, very like anti-supplements, anti-magic drink, anti-pills. Like, I was against this kind of thing. Like, I made fun of these people. And I truly believe that the Lord had such a bigger plan than what I realized when I even this was brought to my attention. Like, I was not necessarily a B word. Like, I don't want to say that, but I was just very snooty in a way of like, I was never going to do this kind of thing. Like, that was not me. I had no interest in it. I am an entrepreneur at heart. I'm a photographer. I've owned a boutique. And I mean, I'm just that type of person where business, I love it. I love doing business. I love people. And so when this was brought to my attention, I told my cousin no 6 times. So my cousin lives in Nashville, Tennessee. She had reached out to me. I had just had a baby. I had a lot of inflammation. Y'all, my before and after is like, whoa, like, I don't even look like the same person. But I had a lot of inflammation, a lot of anxiety, a lot of postpartum. And I told her no 6 times. Like, she would reach out to me and be like, you really need this? You had a baby. I was like, nah, I'm good. Thanks. So one day, I kid you not, like, I was sitting on the couch. My Easton was 6 months old. He was laying in the floor. And I remembered sitting there thinking, like, I am exhausted. Like, I am not a present mom. I'm not a present wife. I'm not that healthy, happy mama that I wish that I could be. Like, I was mentally exhausted, because having a baby changes everything, right? Like, your hormones, your gut health, all the things, the way that you feel about yourself, your libido, like, you're just like a whole different person. And so I was just feeling very down. Like, I wanted more for my family. I wanted more for myself. I wanted to thrive. And so my cousin actually reached out to me, and her magic words were, hey girl, I know you've told me no, but I know that you need this. Send me your information and I will order it for you. You can product test for me. If you don't like it, you can say, I told you so, but I promise you're going to fall in love with it. I literally sent her my card information and was like, okay, fine. So obviously the whole time, you get it in, you're like, what did I just order? Like, I didn't even tell my husband. So I was like, he's going to be like, what did you order? Like, this is a waste of money. Husbands are like that. Like, in the beginning, right now, he's like, hey, like, we're making all this money. But in the beginning, they're like, no, what is this? So I didn't even tell him. And like 7 days later, he was like, hey, what's going on? Like, you're different. Like, did you go get on meds? Like, what is happening? Because you're happier, you're motivated, you're doing laundry, you seem like you're in a better mood. Like, what's going on? And that moment changed everything for me, because my husband, who I do life with, who is my kids' father, who I come home to every single day, noticed a difference. And it was like free marriage counseling, but yet it's through Plexus supplements. Like, I don't even know how to explain it. I was happier. So I started really diving into like the science behind it. Like, what is this helping me do? The gut health, all the things. And from that moment forward, I started sharing. I was posting on social media, sharing my story. I will tell you one thing I have always done is I am very, very, very genuine when I'm posting. I am not a graphic person. You will not see me post a lot of graphics. I think they're wonderful. They're great. But I'm just not really that way. I try not to run my team that way because people want to see your face. People want to see you and your life and your heart. And so I just started sharing. I ranked senior gold senior ruby pretty quickly. I think like within a year. And we were rocking and rolling. I went to convention in Vegas. My cousin actually bought me a plane ticket. She was like, "You're coming with me to Vegas. We're going to convention together." I was like, "Convention? What is this? Like a training? Like, what am I doing?" I get there and you guys sing. If y'all have never been to convention, you need to get to Nashville. If you've never been to Nashville, we're going to have a hell of a lot of fun. Like if you like bring your cowgirl boots, we are going to go dancing. Like it's going to be a blast. But convention changed everything for me because I was a gold ambassador at that convention and they had everybody stand. Like if you're a gold, stand. If you're a senior gold, stand. If you're a silver, stand. And it was incredible to look across the arena and see like people like you and all different backgrounds and ages. And it was so cool. And then you see the jewels come on stage. And I'm very competitive. Like what Enneagram number are y'all? Tell me in the chat because I am very competitive. And I remember sitting there as a gold ambassador and watching these jewels come across with and get their lays and they get their jewel. And I was like, I really want to do that. Like, that is really cool. Like, I want to do this and drive my Lexus and prove everybody wrong. Like I had this competitive moment with myself. Like I want to do this. And, that convention really planted a seed in my business. I always tell my team, Plexus events are where leaders are born. It's 100% true. That's not just a cliche saying that Emily may tell you guys all the time. That is 1000% true. Like that is where my business was born, was at convention, because you got to see, and you're like in this room and you see, and you relate to people. And I got to meet Caitlin, and you get to meet all these different people. And so I come back home, I'm fired up, I'm excited. I go senior Ruby, and guess what happens? I hit a burnout season. Okay. I hit a long burnout season of, I kept pushing and I kept pushing and I kept grinding and boss babing it and all the things. And what happened was I got exhausted. All right. And I'm going to preach to you for a little bit. I don't know if y'all are that kind of team, but I'm that kind of team. But like, I was very selfish in a way of, I wanted this for me. I wanted to drive that Lexus because I wanted to prove all my small town 9-to-5 anti-network marketing people wrong. I wanted all of this for me. I wanted the money for me. And it was almost like the Lord, like, whipped me in a whole different direction and was like, Marissa, this isn't even for you. Like, this is not about you. This is not for you. Like, yeah, you can have all the money and go on the trips and get the car and all the things, but like, this is something that I gave you as a blessing, as a ministry, as for you to be a leader and bring people with you. And you're up here on this throne thinking that you're Miss Senior Ruby going to go emerald, and it's not going to happen. Like, I was very convicted in the way of, holy moly. Like and so I took about 6 months, just, I would post here and there. And if you've ever been in that season, let me know. Cause I think if you've been in this longer than 2 or 3 years, you definitely go through that season. But I was in a season of like, I would post every now and then my points. I went from senior Ruby, I went backwards to about senior gold, which is still good pay. I had a lot of people that loved the products. I just saw Leah's on here. I know you. Hi. I get scroll brain. So I went back to senior gold points, which is awesome. That's a lot of people that love the products. Okay. This is why I love our company, because people want to order this stuff monthly. It's not a one-time $5,000 bonus. Like, it's a monthly residual income. So I went back to senior gold points and I was loving my stuff. Obviously, I mean, I couldn't imagine my life without it. And in 2020, in September, my friend Natalie, who is now one of my senior rubies, this is why you do not stop posting. She is one of my senior rubies now. She was just a customer. She was just a product user. She calls me while I'm on the lake And you know what happens when you're on the lake in Arkansas? I mean, if you don't, like, just imagine we're on the lake in Arkansas. It's September. It's like Labor Day weekend. And she's like, hey, Marissa, I have this idea. Like, I just had Parker and I love the supplements. I would love to start like a fitness group and I just need to pick your brain. And I'm like, yeah, that sounds awesome. Like, let's connect, whatever. And we end up connecting. And it was like the Lord was saying, you have rested. You have had your season of rest. You have had your season of thinking you may go elsewhere when really nobody's going anywhere. You love Plexus too much. Like, this is what I want you to do. I felt him telling me, like, I want you to put me first. I want you to lead in the way that I want you to lead. I want you to use your team and use this community as a ministry. I want you to start praying over your team, because that was something that I didn't do. And I don't know about y'all, if you have never prayed over somebody, I want to challenge y'all to do that tomorrow. And it may feel like the most awkward thing in the entire world, but once you start doing it, it's a seed that's planted that will change your business. It will change your life. So I started praying over my team. People were like, I had people that had been with me from the beginning and they were like, who are you? Like, this is crazy. Like, you're so different. You're glowing, like all of these things. And so we started over. That was in September. I was hitting senior gold points. In January, I hit emerald. Okay. That's really, really, really mind blowing for some of you. But truly, when you find that inner glow and inner peace of, if it takes me 10 years to go emerald, that's okay. Because what's 10 years to make $8,000 a month? Like, you guys, for real, think about that. And one thing I think that really like turned as far as my mindset goes, and I know I'm going way over 10 minutes, but it turns as far as my mindset goes. I was asked a question, and I want to ask you guys this question because it was like, it made something in my stomach just turn. If your Plexus account shut off tomorrow and you could not order, you could not share, you could not make a paycheck, what would that do and how would that make you feel? When they asked me that question, even as a senior gold, it was like, Marissa, like, you love the products, you love this company, you love the people, you love the trips, you love convention. This has brought so much joy to your life. Like, this brings so much joy to my life. There's no way I can quit. There's no way that I can go somewhere else. And so when that question was asked, I was very convicted, because I think so many times when we're in burnout season, we're selfishly mad that we're not at a certain rank. And we're selfishly like, oh, I wish I could be emerald, but I'm not there yet. Me. When really that is your human flesh and your selfish way of thinking, when really the Lord just doesn't want you there yet. He has a purpose and a plan for your business and your life and your story. And it's going to be incredible. He doesn't have you at emerald yet because you're mentally not ready to be at emerald yet. Honestly, if I would have gone senior ruby and emerald right away, I want to tell you now, I would have hit emerald, been living my best life, and then gone way backwards because I didn't know how to lead. I didn't know anything about leadership. I didn't know anything about pouring into my people or anything like that. That's what would have happened. I would have been one of those jewels, and Emily knows because there's a lot of them that hit jewel rank and then they go backwards and all the things. And so I want you guys to really, if there's anything that you take away from tonight, is that your journey, it will take time, and we are to enjoy all of the things, even if you're in a valley, even if you're in a season of feeling like you don't know how to go on. You've been trying to add people. You're not this, that, and the other, because there's a reason why you're in the season that you're in. And that's okay. I told my team last night, we have team call on Monday nights. And a lot of my team, and I don't know if y'all are in this season right now, but a lot of my team is in a season of like waiting. Like last month, I think we added 150 people. This month we've added 50. Well, really, and Emily could tell you this, statistically, right now is a slow season for all MLM. Like, it just is. It's holiday time. There's nothing wrong with you. You're not a bad leader. You're not doing anything wrong. That's just the way that it is. It's statistically slower. So in my mind, when it's slower for me, guess what I'm doing? I'm planting seeds. I'm loving on people. We do a lot of love dare challenges. I'll reach out, say, hey, Jessica, I was just thinking about you. Is there anything I can pray for you on? Like, you're on my heart this morning. They don't even have to be on your Plexus team. So that's a love dare challenge we do every Monday. We do that with 5 people, and they're just random. It could be, somebody on your Plexus team, somebody not on your Plexus team, planting seeds, engaging. Go and unfollow like 10 Plexus people on your Facebook, and then see how all of these new people start popping up that are going to start seeing your feed. So we're really right now in these next few weeks going to be focusing on engagement and just really connecting with people, because guess what's coming? 2023. And do you know what people want to do in January, February, March, April? Do you know what hits in January, February, March, April? Taxes. And that's when people want to jump on board. Okay. So don't think that you're going to be in this season forever. If you're in momentum and you're rocking and rolling, awesome. But if you're in a season of slow, that is okay. You still are made to be here to enjoy every second, even the slow seasons. Because if your account shut off tomorrow and you could no longer receive products, and you could no longer have this joy and something to look forward to when you wake up in the morning, I don't know what I would do, y'all. I really don't know what I would do, because this has changed everything for my family. I've lost 35 pounds. Some of my favorite products are Triplex, Vital Biome, Ease, Active. The Vital Biome saved my life after postpartum. I've had, I take it every single morning. I can tell if I don't take it because I'm a little uneasy. My 10-year-old will say, did you take your Vital Biome, Mom? And it's so funny because he knows, like, I'm just a little uneasy. Like if they spill a drink, if I haven't taken my Vital Biome, I'm likely to snap. If I do take my Vital Biome, I'm like, I'll get it. It's a spill. It's fine. It's funny how that works. But I've lost 35 pounds. I feel great. Lots of reduced inflammation, going to the bathroom every day, all of the crazy, awesome things, right? Plexus is amazing. But I'm here to tell you, there's a big world out there that needs you to keep sharing. They need you to keep showing up. They need you to keep being genuine. And it doesn't need to be all about Plexus. Share your hardships. Share your past, what you've been through. I love Emily. She's raw. I get to hear about all the things that she does wrong. Okay. Nobody wants to sit at a table with somebody that's perfect. Like, how boring would that be? I'd be like, you get on my nerves. You're gonna make me throw up. Because literally, you guys, when I sit at a table with somebody that has been through all the things and they're sharing with me how they've overcome it, you're so invested. You're so invested in their life, and you're so invested in what they have to say. Start tomorrow. Show up, share a struggle that you've overcome. How can you relate to people? And so I just think for me, and honestly, you guys, like, going Emerald, going Sapphire, I went Emerald in January, went Sapphire in March, and we're on our way to Diamond. But y'all, there is learning in every rank that you're in. And it's never like, I always was told this, like, your rank is not a destination. And I was like, what even does that mean? Like, but now that I'm here, I'm like, wow, it really is. Because when you get to Emerald, you're like, yay, I did it. I'm a jewel. But then you're like, okay, more work to do. Now what do I do? Like Emily, she's like, yeah, I'm a diamond. This is awesome. But now we have more work to do. Now I want to bring Jules with me. Now I want to bring this mom home so that she doesn't have to drop her baby off at daycare. Like, Jewel is not a destination. And I want you guys to really wrap your mind around that. It's like, your rank goal, you're going to keep going. You're going to keep going. There's a lot of work to do, and there's a big world out there. And we have one of the most stable companies in the entire world. I can't imagine being with anything else, anybody else, being surrounded by anybody else. Because when you get a bunch of Plexus people together, what happens? We're all just happy, and we're loving, and we're laughing. I had a weekend retreat at a cabin in Broken Bow, Oklahoma a couple weekends ago. And I will tell you guys this, I don't know, like, Jules and all that on here. I think there's 19 people on here. So, we do a weekend retreat. This was our second annual, and we open it up to everybody. Like, it doesn't have to be a certain rank. We open it up to everybody. We even say, like, bring a friend if you want to bring a friend or whatever. And it's just awesome how the Lord works, because we ended up paying for this cabin. We were there all weekend together, and we just kind of sat around by the fire and just talked. And people think going into a weekend retreat, it's like training, 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 but it's just a bunch of broken people that have stories that want more out of life. It's just a bunch of people that want to have a better relationship with their spouse, or they want to come home. They don't want to work all the time. They want to bring the stress off of their husband. Like, there's just a bunch of people that get together that want to love on each other. And I don't see a lot of other weekend retreats with other companies doing that. I see a lot of other company retreats that are like training, and it's like all business, 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 how to make more money. Oh, how this, and this. And yes, all of those things are wonderful and good. But a lot of where our joy and happiness comes from is we just want to be better. We want to be more for our families. We want to be the healthiest, happiest version of ourselves. And that's what makes you different than anybody else on your social media, than anyone else in your town.
Mm-hmm.
And so just a little hope for y'all. Like, I went senior Ruby. I went back. I was hitting senior gold points. I've been in the dark seasons. I've hit rock bottom. I have cried. I have wanted to maybe go somewhere else. And then it's like, Marissa, you're so rooted in this because, number one, the Lord put this in my life, and nothing is going to be easy. Nothing worth it is going to be easy. And so I want you guys to imagine when you get to be a jewel and you are walking across that stage, and you go, and Emily has a huge fat head poster of your picture in the crowd. And I want you to think about that moment. Okay. How incredibly amazing that's going to be. But you know what's going to be even better is when you're in the crowd and you're holding a huge fat head poster of one of your girls who trusted you, and they look at you and they point at you and they say, thank you. Thank you for not giving up on me. Thank you for loving me. Thank you for, when it's dark, you pick me up, because guys, it's gonna get dark. If it hasn't yet, it's going to, okay? But you keep going because it's 1000% worth it. And you keep going because there's people on your team, there's people on your social media that need you to show up. They need you to show up. If you're in a season of where, like, there's 8 people on our team now that are pregnant. I'm like, what in the heck is happening? They're all sick. They're all throwing up. I've thrown them all in a group message together. I'm calling it the Pregnant Plexus Mamas. Like, I'm like, okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to have a couple of weeks where we're throwing up and we're puking and we're posting once or twice a day on our stories, whatever. We're going to rest. Come January, we're going to have a group for plexus expecting mamas, postpartum mamas, where we're going to all do this together, and it's going to be awesome. But guess what? They're in a season right now where they're sick, and it's okay. It's totally okay. You don't have to be grinding all of the time, because when you are grinding all the time, it does get overwhelming, and you do start selfishly thinking, well, why is it not happening? Why, what am I doing wrong? All the things. And so you are here for a reason. You were on this call for a reason. I bring the heat, y'all. I really do.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I am a very real person. I don't put on, none of this was planned. Like, I told my husband, I was like, all right, got a call with Caitlin's team. Like, here we go, and this is all straight from my experience and my journey, because I think it's important to know that you are not alone, and that there are so many people that are in this company that care about you, that love you, that want to encourage you. And that, we're all searching for more, and we got to build our dream house. Like, let me show you, it's kind of a mess. So we got to build our like modern farmhouse house, and all from us going Jewel and being able to do that. And we're on like 5 acres of land. We've got a pond, like, it's absolutely beautiful. But when I sit and I'm like sitting on that couch at night and I'm just reflecting, I'm like, Lord, this house and the money and the trips and all of that is fantastic. But the journey itself of overcoming all of that shit that is so hard to overcome, because I get it, overcoming all of that and becoming the woman that I am today, the wife, the mom, the friend. I get to pray over my family, my team, my girls, my friends. That makes it even more worth it. So don't think that you are by yourself, and don't think that your points are going backwards because there's something wrong with you, or that you may never get to jewel, because you will. I believed that I would become a jewel. I had it like on my bathroom mirror. Like I would tell myself that over and over and over. And if I would have stopped at senior ruby when I went backwards, I would not be in this house. I would not be sponsoring, our team wouldn't be sponsoring 20 kids for Christmas this year. We would not be doing all of these things. And so I want you guys to really have hope tonight that your journey doesn't have to look like everybody else's. You just keep going. And as far as cultivating our team, we're very close. I challenge my people once a week to connect with somebody new on our team. So like if this was my team call, I would say, all right, your goal is to connect with one person this week on our team that you do not know, and just get to know each other. And they'll voice record, they'll send videos back and forth to each other. And it's really cool because then you start seeing like sidelines kind of develop. And my friend Natalie, who's a senior ruby working on emeralds, connected with one of my senior golds, Blakely, at convention. They roomed together. Now they're my planners, they're my teachers of my team, and they're like doing all of this stuff. And so I definitely recommend just making friends within this team, comment on each other's stuff, encourage each other, because that's what people are going to see when they see your community, is that you're loving one another. And that's different than a lot of people. Do you have any questions for me, Caitlin?
No, Marissa, this is exactly why I wanted
Listen,
you
can I be
on.
real with y'all? Like, I've been slouching and my boobs are sweating. Like, I need to stretch for a minute. Oh my gosh.
No, you are bringing, I mean, straight fire. Like, this is exactly, I am in this season, that exactly what you are talking about. Senior ruby, sliding back to senior gold, rebuilding my team, finding those rock stars, praying over my people, wanting more, and just like keeping like, and I feel like so many people are in that same season of like, and the belief that you just instilled in me, like, I'm like, oh girl, I can do this. I'm hitting all my goals. Like, I just love it. And I just appreciate you so much. I'm so thankful. I can see everyone in this chat just, I mean, I was tearing up like when you were talking about just the belief that you're putting in to your people and yourself, and just pouring that into other people. So I am so thankful you were here, Marissa. I'm so glad we recorded this, because like, I'm going to watch this again. For sure.
You, Caitlin, and this is what we do once a week too, is I want to challenge y'all to go live with a friend once a week or every other week. Like, so for instance, like Riley could link up with Leah and y'all just go live, and it doesn't have to just be about plexus. Like, it could be about motherhood, or it could be about like, you share a little bit about how these products have helped you as a mom going into the holiday season. You wanted more for your family, whatever. My team does that a lot, and they'll just share. And because a lot of times going live can be scary. And so doing it with a friend and doing it like an interview style where you ask each other questions is really cool. And so I want to challenge y'all to do that too.
Oh, yes. I love that. And I remember Josie and I got to do that one time, and we had great feedback. And yes, I definitely encourage people to do the same thing. Going live is so scary, but so worth it. And just that connection that you build with people is unmatched. When they see your face, they see that you're genuine, that you really love the products. I mean, it's easy. So, well, thank you so much, Marissa. This was amazing. You guys drop your comments, tell Marissa, thank you. We are so thankful you were here, instilling your belief. And yes, do it afraid. You can do the hard things, even the super hard things where you're like, no, yes, you can do it. So with that, happy almost end of month. You guys are rock stars. Thank you. We'll see you later.